Welcome to the best of HMG Strategy's New York Summits, the CIO Summit of America and the CISO Executive Leadership Summit from December 7th and 8th, 2021.
Wow, what an incredible 22 months we've all been through. We called it, we were down in Orlando with our sim friends in Orlando. The next day I woke up, the Dow futures were down 2,000. I said, oh my God, this is an epic moment. There's something uniquely different that's happening here right now, right here, right now. Watch out. I got up on stage just like this. I said, guys, what got you here is not gonna get you through the next 6 to 12 months. You're gonna need to think differently. You're gonna need to lead differently. You're gonna have to think more openly. You're gonna have to look to new partners, new ideas, new leadership styles. And guess what? This might be just like hell and back. And we're here today kind of to celebrate the success of the last 22 months.
People are looking for purpose. They're looking for the ability to contribute, the ability to have impact. And if we can connect every individual and the work that they do with our purpose as a company and our objectives as a company, then I think people feel better about their role, and we could say that we've brought everybody together in a more connected environment.
So sometimes the person that we are now, we look at it from a butterfly analogy. The butterfly we are now isn't necessarily what we thought we were going to be when we were a caterpillar. But what I'm doing is that there's times where life events help to position you and put you in places that you can benefit from.
Do we know what we're working on? What are our priorities for the company? Is technology we're not order takers, I keep coming back to that, but we found that the company as a whole, sometimes we didn't know what project we were working on for what. And that's ROI. We flipped everything on and said, what's our return on investments? Let's go through everything. And what do we have? You come in and you go, what do you have? What do you need? And where do you want to transform and modernize?
I've been in conversations with CISOs and they're like, Brad, just tell me, how much is it going to cost us to secure a remote access? Well, it's not just a technology problem, right? So having the right process and workflow around that, and I think the other part of it is just having the ability to be able to do those things like monitoring it, being able to build the metrics from it, be able to ensure, have visibility into how access is being done for those remote workers.
We engage with customers that, right at the beginning, they don't even really know what cloud is. How can we help you realize your goals? And, we work with them and educate them in terms of, best practices and those types of things. We see customers on the far right of that curve, and that's all about customers that really think about cloud and application development in a cloud-first mentality. Really embracing everything that when you think about in a DevOps mentality how to develop an application, and right from the beginning you're thinking about deploying in the cloud, that completely transforms how efficient and flexible you can be in terms of your application development, how quickly you can develop apps. And so that's sort of the extreme.
I think Gartner has stated that these devices will probably go up to 75 billion IoT devices that's going to be on our network. So my question to all of the CISOs in this room is, how much has your role changed since the introduction of IoT devices to your network? And that's what you got to think about, is your role has now changed, right? So you have to start thinking about what kind of device is now sitting on your network. What's the new protocols that are sitting there? With these legacy systems that we talked about early on, building automation systems, et cetera, you have SCADA systems, Modbus, stuff that people don't typically think about that are now coming onto your networks now that are really detrimental, very vulnerable to attacks, because these devices were not built with security in mind. So now you have to add an additional layer of security on top of that to run that and be cognizant that hopefully it may not crash your entire network or crash your building automation system. And that has occurred.
We hope you found this highlight to be informative. Please join HMG Strategy for future digital or in-person summits.